Okay, thanks for being here again. So we're at Dark Roast Recording, and we had a look at the last video at using the UnoSynth from IK Multimedia as just a synthesizer, analog mono synth, recording our sounds directly into the iPad using the audio output from the UnoSynth. Basically, what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at using the UnoSynth, not this time as a synthesizer sending audio out, but we're going to look at the USB connection, and we're going to have a look at using it as a Midi controller for use with the virtual instruments that come with GarageBand, or maybe any other virtual instruments that you've got on your iPad. So now we're going to continue on. We're going to look at the UnoSynth. Before we get to that though, if you wouldn't mind clicking the like and also subscribe if you want to see some more videos, especially with GarageBand and the iPad, iOS versions of that, as well as any Android recording like BandLab. Now let's get right to using the UnoSynth as a MIDI controller in GarageBand.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this USB cable and we're going to plug it into the iPad. Okay, so far so good. Now what we've got going on here is our tempo changed once we connected it. It went up to 110. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to change the UnoSynth to read the MIDI clock coming from the iPad. So we'll hit Alt and sync. And we're going to sync USB. You can see nothing's happening here now. Okay, I've got nothing. But if I open up a instrument track here, and now we have MIDI control over what's happening on our keyboard in GarageBand. Easy, right? If you left the recording cable in, nothing's going to happen really. I mean, you could disconnect it, you could leave it in. Nothing's going to change it. It's not sending audio out to this particular track. But if you wanted to go back and forth between tracks, audio recording, you could do that. So right now, let's look at where we're at here. Okay, so let's record something there. Actually, we'll go back here. Okay. And we'll record something with this keyboard. And what we're going to do is just use the UnoSynth to hit our keys. Okay. And we'll record that. Okay, so we got something recorded using the keyboard on here, and we use the UnoSynth as our MIDI controller. So let's flip back and see what we did. Okay, so you can just see the MIDI notes there. And we'll turn that down a little bit. In the mix. Okay, we can use the pan, so we can pan this all the way right. And then we'll pan this one all the way left. Okay. And let's try that again. There, so now we've got a right and a left happening with our keys separated. Let's say you want to record a little bit more, but you want to use the audio. Okay, so let's move over here. We are going to go back to this track, hit the record button. Okay, so you see how it's still set up. It's sending audio out into here. It knows this is not a MIDI controller anymore because we've got an audio recording track on this track, and then the other one with the keyboard synth, we're using the UnoSynth as a MIDI controller for that because of the track, the initial way that we set up the track, which, just for refresher purpose, you just hit the plus sign. Okay, so if you hit keyboard, then you're going to have the ability to have MIDI controlling it. If you go over to audio recorder, there's no MIDI controlling happening there. It's only going to record the signal coming in audio wise, no MIDI. Okay, so that's how you can change that around. Okay, so you can go back and forth just by leaving the UnoSynth connected to USB and leaving the audio MIDI out. That way you can get your ideas down quick, move in between the tracks, and everything's good. Now let's just see what's happening with our drums here. Okay, so right now, because I switched back to a MIDI track, in this case an 808 emulation, I can use the MIDI coming from the UnoSynth again. And this way I can just go, okay. And that's how you can get drums recorded quickly as well. So really, this way it's a really great way for you to take your iPad or your iPhone, iOS device, whatever have you, take the UnoSynth. It's super compact and portable. Use it as a MIDI controller, set up your tracks in GarageBand, get them all lined up in a row. You can flip back and forth between them, and that way quickly get your ideas down using the UnoSynth as your MIDI controller, but also using it to record audio out from the UnoSynth right into GarageBand. Okay, so thanks for being here with me today and watching this video. And again, if you really liked what you saw and you want to see some more videos, it helps me make the videos. If you would like and subscribe, and if you want to be notified of any future videos, hit the notification bell on the bottom as well. And also, if you have anything that you wanted to see that's not being covered in the videos, please leave a comment below, and I'll be able to read the comments and get more ideas on future videos. Maybe it's something that I haven't covered yet that you need help with. Just leave it in the comment below, and we'll have a look at that. Thanks for being here, and keep making music.